Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Master Gardener, starring Sigourney Weaver and what the heck's his name? Edgerton. I don't know how to say it. Anyhow, it's about a gardener. He's got a nefarious past from Paul Schrader, and Academy Award nominated writer of Taxi Driver, The Card Counter, and First Reformed. He works for Sigourney, who's like, I don't know, like a rich woman, but she has a kid or she a granddaughter. I'm not sure. Forget now. Anyhow, I think granddaughter, because Sigourney Weaver's older that way. So she's in trouble. Sigourney asks her to take her on as an apprentice, but also she's sleeping with the gardener, I think. Sigourney is. But he's got a past, and this is his buddy from the past, and they killed bad guys, let's say, vigilante style. Killed a bunch of, there's a lot going on in this trailer. Killed a bunch of racist dudes back in the day, biker dudes, and then started a new life. He's training her, but then he's also falling in love with her, but then Sigourney Weaver's jealous or suspects. And then I think he ends up training her to be a vigilante too. So here, I think he takes out this dude, and then later they feel alive. So he risks everything, I think, for her, even though he has this sort of orderly lifestyle. What the hell's his name? Paul Schrader, Joel Edgerton. Yeah, that's it. A film by Paul Schrader, Joel Edgerton, Sigourney Weaver, and Quintessa Swindell, and Isai Morales, who I think is his friend. So Paul Schrader is the director, and he wrote it too. Looks intense. Looks really intense. So Magnolia Pictures, pretty well known for doing very intense films, I'll say, a lot of times. And Edgerton, he's got a lot of different looks in this. And Sigourney Weaver, of course. Who doesn't like Sigourney Weaver? Come on. I think this is Morales. Yeah, so, you've got this setup where, like, this guy has this life. And he's very orderly, but the girl being introduced to the mix kind of disrupts it. And then he has to make decisions. Right? So, first act, we establish his very orderly lifestyle. He talks about his plants and how gardening is the future. I really like that line. So there's a lot of depth here. You could just hear it in the dialogue and the narration. And then Sigourney Weaver says, you got to take care of my... God, I can't remember. I only watched the trailer once. It was either daughter or granddaughter. I think granddaughter. You make her your apprentice and keep her out of trouble, kind of thing. So he does, and at first he's kind of annoyed, but he does it. He does things for her, and that's how he's restarted his life. And Sigourney Weaver's treated him well, so he's going to do it. So he does, and at first it's just about what you expect. He's trying to, shepherd a kid who's not a kid, but like a younger person, and she maybe is a little resistant, but kind of goes along with it. And then he's annoyed, probably goes to Sigourney Weaver, how much longer I got to do this kind of thing. And then Sigourney Weaver's just like, you got to do it. I need this done. All I did for you, blah, blah, blah. So he continues, but then they start to like each other, right? He starts to like helping her out. And he sees her as a potential protege for the future. And I'm not sure if he's still killing bad guys, but at some point, either Morales comes to him with, oh, we got to kill this guy, he's bad, whatever, or, and possibly both, she gets into trouble doing something, somebody beats her up or hits her or whatever, maybe it's a family member, or somebody kind of near to her, but near enough that she had to interact with him, and he's violent. Maybe an old boyfriend. I don't know. He's like, no, this ain't gonna stand. So I think he shows her his way to take care of this dude, and then they go out and do it, and then they both feel alive, more alive than they ever have been. But then Sigourney Weaver, who doesn't know, picks up on the vibe. She can just kind of see it, right? Just kind of see it. Very subtle, I imagine, in a movie like this. She kind of just senses it, can see by their interaction something's going on here. And she had the gardener as her, like, lover, essentially, and now he's going with the younger chick, so it's almost like that, too. There's some of that element. You know, but for the gardener, it was kind of just like business, kind of just part of his deal. And then maybe during their relationship, Sigourney Weaver's like, no, that's totally what it is. I don't have feelings for you. I just want to have sex or whatever. But now she kind of betrays that and realizes, no, I don't want her to have him. I want to have him. And so there's that element. And then maybe the cops are onto him, or somebody's out for revenge, and I don't know. I'm not sure where the final act leads, but I gotta say, there's all kinds of layering in this. So I can see there's a great deal of film craft in this. Holy cow, yes. In the acting, in the presentation, everything about this just screams like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is going to be good. So I'm totally going to see this movie. Big screen or not. I mean, I would go see this on the big screen. I don't think it's not like a spectacular kind of thing you have to see on the big screen, but I would totally go see it on the big screen just because I'd want to see it sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think it'll be good. The ending? Third act. A lot of ways it could go. I mean, it could be, and they say in the trailer it's redemption, something about redemption. So, but it sounds like, killing the bad guys was in a way redemption for him. But maybe there was something else before that caused him to kill the bad guys, or maybe he feels bad, like just murdered a bunch of people even though they were bad. But he has to save her, I think, to redeem himself. And in the end, may or may not survive. I'm leaning towards he doesn't. But yeah, I just don't see the two of them running away together. So, not sure what he does. Not sure what he does. It could be that he kills Sigourney Weaver. Like, Sigourney Weaver's so set off, she's going to destroy both of them, and he kills her knowing that he'll go to jail. But don't worry, I'll take the fall. You run away and live your young life. The more sort of less subtle ending would be like he has to defend the compound, and a bunch of bad guys show up to kill him and everybody there, and then he does a whole Liam Neeson thing where he kills them all one by one. That wouldn't be as subtle. I'm not sensing that's the kind of ending they're going for. More of a dramatic moment. Something more heady. I don't see the girl dying. I see her surviving and sort of growing as a person, but maybe he sacrifices himself. That's usually the biggest heroic move in a screenplay, right? But, I mean, it looks very subtle, so it could be a different kind of sacrifice. He could end up sacrificing, he talks a lot about his gardens and his plants. Maybe it's the sacrifice of the garden that he worked so hard on, which would be a big sacrifice for him. Maybe it's a sacrifice of crossing a line he swore he never crossed. Something like that. Either way, I'm intrigued. I want to see it. Let's see what the write-up says. A meticulous horticulturalist who is devoted to tending the grounds of a beautiful estate, pandering to his employer, the wealthy dowager. Sigourney Weaver. It's not a sentence, is it? A meticulous horticulturalist who is devoted to tending to the grounds of a beautiful estate and pandering to his employer, the wealthy dowager. I think you need more of a sentence there. I think you messed that up, but despite that, it looks pretty damn fantastic. Let's see. I think the comments agree. Master Gardener looks awesome. Can't wait to see this movie. Cannot wait to see this. Looks amazing. Schrader is so good. This actually looks good. Good, clean, compelling. The video is so relevant. Not sure what you mean by that. This is not about that sort of gardening. LOL. Yeah. So there's a lot going on here. A lot of layering. A lot of great looks. And a really good cast. So, guess he went to prison, maybe? Here he is in the past. So you get to see a different group of different looks here. Here he is killing that dude, I guess. The Master Gardener. He's coming to kill you. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble later. I'm running a little behind today on my videos. We'll be doing a Hollywoke hot take and a news blast unless, I don't know, something happens. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.